Hey there, Seth here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a real estate buying website with Lovable. Step by step, no code and no templates. I'm doing this because Lovable is a pretty amazing tool. It does web design better than almost every other AI tool I've tested. I've been using it to build websites for a few months now, and I'm going to show you where it shines and where it doesn't. This video is not sponsored. I'm not here to hype up Lovable. We do have an affiliate link that we earn almost nothing from, but you're welcome to click through that if you ever want to sign up for it. The main reason I wanted to do this is because this is an amazing tool for the right use case, and I want to show you exactly how it works and what it's great at and where it might frustrate you. I actually made a similar video to this not long ago where I explained how to do pretty much the same thing I'm going to show you here, but using Gemini Pro, which is another AI tool. And Gemini Pro is great at a lot of things. It's very cost effective and even free if you have Google Workspace. Lovable is a paid subscription. But if you're trying to build a static website that doesn't change very often, for example, a land buying website like what I'll show you here, it's perfect for that because you don't need to constantly update it with new listings or blog posts or anything like that. If you just have an online space where you want to showcase your business, explain who you are, maybe have a submission form on there, let people know how to contact you, it is perfect for that because it doesn't need to change much after the thing is created. And even if you do need to change it, it's really easy to do that. So let's get into this, huh? So to get started, you have to understand what you want, first of all. So in my case here, again, like I said, I'm going to build a land buying website. If that's what you're looking to do, I actually created a really long, detailed prompt you can use and drop it right into Lovable if you want. You don't have to use this. In fact, with Lovable, it's probably the easiest platform I know where you can literally just say what you want and it'll probably understand it. And its first iteration will probably be pretty close to what you're looking for. But I'll just use my prompt here. By the way, if you want to get a copy of this prompt, you can do it for free. If you're watching this in the Land Investing Masterclass or in the Stride CRM tutorials, I'll have that prompt right beneath this video. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll have a link to a blog post where you can opt in to get this prompt. So go ahead and paste this prompt in here and just click enter and let it go to work. Now, the difference between Lovable and something like Gemini Pro is that Lovable is more of a web designer than anything. Like this whole thing is meant to make websites look beautiful on the first try. And not just that, but it's actually easy to use. With something like Gemini, I usually have to prompt it about 2 or 3 times more than I have to prompt Lovable. It just seems to understand it because when you tell it to do something, it doesn't just like vomit out some result. It like actually thinks hard about it and does a lot of back end thinking to make sure that it's giving you something that's pretty good on the first try. One of the trade-offs though is that when you tell it to do something, it's usually going to work on it a lot longer. So with something like Gemini, I might wait on average like 30 seconds between prompts when I tell it to do something and it actually gives me the result. With Lovable, it can be 2 to 3 times longer than that. So you almost want to like tell it to do something and then go to some other tab and do some other work for a bit and then come and check back and see how it's doing. And one of the other things to know about Lovable is that you can actually give it multiple prompts at a time. Like you don't have to wait for this first one to come back before you give it the second prompt. So if you want to like give it 5 prompts in a row, if you have all these different jobs you want it to do, you can do that and then just go away and it'll just be working on it in the background. So the way that Lovable works is there are different monthly subscription tiers you can sign up for, and depending on which one you subscribe to, it'll give you a certain number of credits. And every time you send it a prompt and tell it to get to work, it's using up some of those credits. And I'll say, for most intents and purposes, it doesn't require a ton of credits to build what we're building right now, a land buying website. I mean, you could easily get by with the least expensive plan. If you're going to build a much more complex website, that's when you would want one of the higher end tiers with more credits. And I'll also say that as you use up credits, what it's going to try to push you to do when you use those up is subscribe to a more expensive monthly subscription that gives you more credits. But you don't have to. You can just simply top up your credits and pay one time to get maybe 100 or 200 credits for that one job. So if you've got like one job to do and then that's it, you're not going to be in here all the time, just top up your credits. You don't have to keep subscribing to a more expensive plan to do that. And you can see those credits right up here when you go and click on this drop down. It'll show you how many credits you have left. So I actually just paid $60 to buy 200 credits a couple days ago. Every time you send it a prompt, I don't know exactly how many credits it chews up. I think it depends on how complicated your prompt is. Seems like usually like 3 to 5 credits per prompt, I think, is what I've been seeing. And if you run out, just buy more for that one-time job and you're done. So as it's going to work, you can see what it's working on over here on the left. And then over here on the right is the canvas where it shows us our website so far. As you can see, it's like already pretty good. It's not bad at all. It's got our form here. It's got everything in place. The colors look good. It's a nice picture in the background. There's not a whole lot of stuff here that I would want to change. And if I do want to, it's really easy. You just come down here and tell it what you want to change. So for example, right off the bat, things that I would probably want to put in there is I would want to update it with my actual business name. If I have a logo, I could put it up there in the navigation bar. If I have a different form that I want to use down here, like for example, I use Stride right now, I could take my form that I created in Stride and embed it right here on this page. Or you could even use Lovable's version of the form if you like the aesthetic look of that, and then set up a webhook so that it sends that information wherever you want it to go, whether that's your email inbox or your Stride CRM account or whatever you're using. So I'll add my logo. I'll say add this logo, and I'll just come and drop my logo file right in here. Now, this right here is one big differentiator between using something like Lovable versus Gemini Pro. So with Gemini Pro, what it's doing when it creates the code for your website is it's building that website in HTML code, which is totally fine. But Gemini is not actually hosting your images anywhere. Like you could certainly drag an image into Gemini, but it's not going to store that image for you. You have to actually find some other place to store that image, get that shareable URL and give that to Gemini, and then it will reference that image. But with Lovable, it's literally just drag and drop. Whatever image you want, you just drag it right into there, and Lovable will store it and host it for you. Granted, you have to then pay for hosting from Lovable if you want to use that, but there you go. It's that simple. So we could add that logo. We could say add our contact info. We'll just add some placeholder text there and then add this video. And I'll go ahead and just paste this URL here, then add these social icons, and then we'll click send. Now, I'm doing something intentionally here, and that is being kind of vague. I'm not telling it where to put this video or where to put these icons or what colors to use or anything like that. I'm just leaving it up to Lovable to just see what it does, to see how good it looks, see if it does a good job of placing things where they ought to be. We'll see what it comes back with. And chances are we'll probably be pretty happy with it, because this is really what Lovable is made to do, is make the design process easy for people who are not designers and not website builders and don't know code. And that's me on all those counts. So it looks like it's all done. We can see the logo just added up here. We can see these social icons here at the bottom. You can see the video that it added. And honestly, like, it put it where I probably would have put it. So did a great job. Now, if I wanted to like change any part of this, say if I wanted the video to be over on the left and this text in the buttons to be over on the right, all I would have to do is literally just say what I just said there. I would type out, hey, put the video on the left and put the text on the right in the hero section, because this is called the hero section up here. Also keep in mind, I can just speak this at any point. I don't even have to type it. So I'll just try it right now. Hey, at the top, can you put the video on the right half of the screen and put the sell your land simply and fairly and the other text in the button beneath it on the left side of the hero section? And I'll click stop, and you can see it just transcribed what I said there. And let's just send that in, see what it says and if it's able to make sense of it. So thought for 13 seconds and made that change for me. It's really just that easy. And I'll also point out one thing I just noticed here. So it took my logo, I uploaded a black version of the logo, and it changed it to white for me. So it literally edited the image without me having to upload a separate white version of it. That's amazing. I'm really impressed by that. It's really, really cool. Now, when it comes to the form, so the form is the most important functional piece of this website, because the whole reason this exists is because we're trying to collect property information from motivated sellers who want to sell their land. So it's very important that, first of all, this form works and that it is easy to follow and that it has all the right questions that we actually want to ask. So if you want, you can just type out whatever questions you want to include on your form. It will update this form accordingly. You could even say, hey, split it up into 2 sections. Section 1 should have these questions. And then when they click continue, section 2 should have these questions. And then when it's done, it should send me an email, and it will literally make sense of all of that. And if there's something else you need to do to make that work, it'll tell you what you need to do. It's just amazing how user-friendly this is. This has come so far from how it used to work. Even building and editing WordPress websites, which is what I've done for most of my career, that is way more difficult than this. Like, it's just stunning how simple this has become. Like, anybody can do this. It's great. So like I said, I'm using Stride, and in Stride, we have a pre-made 2-step submission form that we use for our buying websites like this. You don't have to use this, whether you're a Stride user or not, but if you are a Stride user, you should know this is there. All you have to do is come down here to Sites, and then click on Forms, and then click on Stride CRM Forms, and you'll see these two right here. Get your offer form, step 1 and step 2. So the way this is set up is that once a person completes step 1, it will automatically send them to a new page which contains step 2. So you really just have to grab this one for step 1, click on integrate, and then embed code, and then copy embed code. And we're going to go back over here to Lovable, and I'll say, please replace the submit your property form with this one. And I will just paste that. And let's see if it's able to make sense of it. And while it's doing that, I've actually never even tried this yet. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I'm going to try it right here, right now. This hero section in the background, sometimes I've seen really fancy land buying websites where they have like a little video going in the background instead of just a static image. I'm really curious if this can do that. I hope this isn't going to break anything, but I'm just going to try it and see what it does. So I'm going to say in the heroes section, can you find a high quality drone video of land and use that for the background image? I don't know. Let's see what it comes up with. And in the meantime, coming down here, it looks like the submit your property form didn't quite work right. So we're going to go back over here to Stride. And instead of giving them the embed code, we're just going to give them this link. See if that works any better. So I'll just say, form code I gave you isn't working. Please use this link and try again to put the form there. And let's see if it's able to do this. Now notice what I'm doing right now. It's actually working on 2 prompts at once. So you don't have to wait for one to be done before you tell it to do the next thing, which can really help speed up your workflow a lot, especially with something like Lovable that takes a little bit longer to process what you're telling it to do because it's working a lot harder in the background to get it right. Okay, so it says this video is done. Let's go up here and, ooh, interesting. It almost kind of looks like a little AI video. I'm not sure if it made that with AI or if that's real, but it's nice. Now, one thing I don't love about this video is that it's only like, what is it, like 5 seconds long, and then it starts over. It's just kind of jarring to look at. I'd almost kind of rather just use that original image we had. So I'm going to say to revert back to the original image. That's another nice thing about Lovable is that as long as you don't like delete an entire page, you can have it revert back and undo the changes it made. You just tell it to do that. I mean, it's literally, if you were talking to a human who was designing this for you, talk to this in the same way you would explain it to that human. You don't need to know code. You don't need to know any special jargon. Whatever language you would use to explain what you want, articulate that as best you can and tell it and it'll figure it out. I'll say, I don't like that video at the top. Can you revert it back to the image you had before in the hero section? So I'll just tell it to change that. Let's go check out this submission form. So it looks like it's still not quite rendering properly. We'll try one more time. Try to grab this thing. We'll say, please try again to embed this form in the submit your property section. Hopefully it'll get it this time. There we go. We got our old picture back up here at the top. And there's a nice little lesson to be learned here is that even though Lovable, I think, is the easiest one to work with, it's still not perfect. It gets stuff wrong sometimes on the first, sometimes even the second try, and that's okay. Just stay persistent, stay patient. And if you've been through the process of creating a website with something like Gemini Pro, you're probably very familiar with this because that one can also do a great job, but it takes about twice as many tries to get it to work. So there we go. Our form is finally showing up correctly. And you'll notice that the look of this form is a little bit different because when we made this form in Stride, we didn't necessarily make it for Lovable. And if you wanted to, you could say, hey, I want you to use your own native form, Lovable. Make one that looks beautiful and matches with the design of this website and help me set up what's called a webhook to connect this to my CRM. And you can do that by going over here to the automations section and you can set up a new workflow so that Stride will catch whatever is sent through your Lovable site and bring that into your CRM. It's kind of a whole separate tutorial, but on that, you can always just tell Lovable what you're trying to do, setting up what's called a webhook form submission, and it will explain exactly what you have to do. And if you get stuck at some point, keep talking to it. Like just treat this the same way you would treat ChatGPT, because that's basically what it is. It's a chat bot that builds stuff for you. So if you get stuck on anything, just ask it and it will explain it for you. So once you get to the point where you feel like your website is complete, and I'm not saying that we should even be done at this point, but just to keep this video from going on forever, once you get to the point when you're ready to go, there's a few different ways that you can actually publish this thing and make this a live website that people can start visiting and interacting with. So one way probably the easiest way is to just publish it and host it right here on Lovable. The only downside to that is that you're going to have to keep paying the monthly subscription to Lovable, which is actually not even that expensive. In fact, it's cheaper than a lot of other specialized real estate tools out there. So it's not awful, but at the same time, I totally know what it's like to feel nickel and dime to death by all these different subscriptions you have to pay for. So another way you can host this thing is by opening up an account with a hosting service called Vercel, and then also setting up a GitHub account, and you can push your website to GitHub and then from GitHub to Vercel. And it's actually free to do that, but it's a few more steps in complexity, and it actually took me a little bit of time to figure out how to do it. I found a video on YouTube that explained it pretty succinctly in under a minute, so I'll find that link and put it beneath this video if you want to check that out, if you decide to go that direction. If you did want to publish this in Lovable, all you'd have to do is go up here to click publish, and you're going to want to give it a URL to use. And by default, even if you don't buy a domain anywhere, you can just put whatever name you want in here, and it's going to use that as a Lovable subdomain. So it'll be, say, abcland.lovable.app. And we can go ahead and save this. And it's actually going to use this as a live website. So like if you wanted to, if you didn't care about having the Lovable branding on your website, you could just use this and click publish, and you're done. You can go and check out this website right now. If, however, you wanted an actual domain hooked up, like something you bought on Namecheap, or even if you bought it here on Lovable, you could go and click Add Custom Domain, and it's going to take you to this domain marketplace, and you can either buy a new domain here, or you can connect an existing domain. And I'll just say, whichever one you do, I've never seen a website service make this so easy. I mean, I personally have plenty of existing domain names that I have on Namecheap, and it's like literally, I think, 2 clicks to get this thing done. It like connects to the website without you even having to go there to do anything, at least if you're using Cloudflare like I am. It's just stunningly simple. I've never seen a company do such a good job at making this easy and accessible for just about anyone. So whatever you decide to do, if you decide to leave it on Lovable, just know it doesn't get easier than this. One other thing I'll point out is you see it down here where it says edit with Lovable. So it's really easy to get rid of that. You just go over here, click this drop down, click on settings, and then scroll down here where it says hide Lovable badge and turn that on. As soon as you do that, go back here and refresh this, and you'll notice that that little badge is gone. I frankly don't know why anybody would want that there. I don't know why they have that on by default, but I guess it's free advertising, right? Why not? And also, if you see this little favicon up there, that little Lovable logo. So I don't know about you, but when I have my real business website out there, I don't want the Lovable logo there. And that's also really easy to change if you just know what to do. You just grab whatever favicon image you want. You could just do a Google search for favicon images. You can find all these different things you can use here. It doesn't really matter as long as it's somewhat in line with your brand. So I could pick this thing here and drag it to my desktop, and then go back to Lovable and then drag this onto there, and then say, please replace the favicon image with this updated icon. And Lovable will figure out where to put that thing so that it shows up as the new favicon when people visit your website in their browser. Pretty cool, huh? So it's literally as simple as dragging and dropping and telling it what you want it to do, and it will make those changes. And anytime you want to make those changes, you just click update, and then you can go back to your website and refresh it and make sure it's working correctly. So we'll go back here and refresh this thing, and there we go. There's our new icon. Pretty cool, huh? Now, there's a lot more I could say about this. Like, for example, if you wanted to update your SEO metadata, or if you wanted to add your Google Analytics code to this, or a Facebook tracking pixel, or any of that stuff. Normally, this is kind of confusing to do with a WordPress website, and WordPress is supposed to be easy. Well, it has never been easier with this. Like, you literally just take whatever code you want to put anywhere, you just paste it into here and say, like, here, this is my Google Analytics code. Please implement this. Or honestly, like, you might not even have to do that. I've never tried this, but you could probably just paste the code and say nothing, and it would recognize the code and know what it has to do with it. It wouldn't surprise me if it's that simple. But anyway, that's the quick tour of Lovable for you. This is really exciting because filming this in 2026, I'm 100% sure these tools are only going to get better. This is about as bad as it will ever be. So to think that it could get better than this is pretty remarkable. So I'm excited to see where this goes. Thanks for watching. If you want to help support REtipster, we'll have an affiliate link to Lovable beneath this video, as well as a QR code on the screen. Feel free to scan through that to get started.